Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need. What you need. We're broken, it's tragic. We're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
Hey guys, how you going? Okay, we're back again for another go. Hey Patty, hey out to lunch. Hey Geoloft, 28 degrees. Oh, I'm so jealous. Hey Darren, how you doing? Demelza, how you going? King Snowball, how you going? Shannon, how you going? Who else have we got? Faith, how you going? Liam, how you going? Alex, how you going? Kevin, how you going? Okay, have we got, MM, how you going? Eyes to see, how you going? Okay, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go into, again, I'm going to, hang on, share screen. No, wrong one. Okay. Yep, share the screen, that one there, share that. Right, okay, sorry guys, just bear with me. Okay, let's go through some tweets first and then I'll get onto the chat. I retweeted Emmy, who said, whoops, 1993, let that sink in. The first black Republican senator was in 1870. The first black Democrat senator was in 1993. Interesting, isn't it? And I put my live up on Twitter. Okay, Lawyers for Laws says this is what they want kept under wraps. Memorandum for the Attorney General, 20th of January, 2021. Privacy Act review of certain declassified materials related to the FBI's Crossfire Hurricane investigation. By memorandum dated January 19th, 2021, the President declassified certain materials related to the Federal Bureau of Investigation's Crossfire Hurricane investigation. The President's memorandum specifically stated, my decision to declassify materials within the binder is subject to the limits identified above and does not extend to the materials that must be protected from disclosure pursuant to orders of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court and does not require the disclosure of certain personally identifiable information or any other materials that must be protected from disclosure under applicable law, emphasis added. Based on directions provided to the Department of Justice and our understanding that a review for protection privacy interests had been conducted by the Department of Justice and that additional redactions to protect privacy interests had been applied to the materials. The President also stated, at my direction, the Attorney General has conducted an appropriate review to ensure the materials provided in the binder may be disclosed by the White House in accordance with applicable law. We understand that the Office of Legal Counsel has advised the Privacy Act does not apply to the White House and thus would not apply to any disclosure of documents by the White House. Nevertheless, we do not intend to disclose materials that would violate the standards of the Privacy Act, and in particular materials the disclosure of which would constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. Accordingly, I am returning the bulk of the binder of declassified documents to the Department of Justice, including all that appear to have a potential to raise privacy concerns, with the instruction that the department must expeditiously conduct a Privacy Act review under the standards that the Department of Justice would normally apply, redact material appropriately, and release the remaining material with redactions applied. Now, I believe this is why they've said that it's nuclear codes that Trump has, because then they can redact just about all of it. I said, this lady speaking can go and get herself effed. I don't need nor want to understand them. They're sick in the head. She's trying to say that we need to understand pedophiles, and no, I don't want to understand them. I don't need to understand them. They're perverts, and that's the end of it. Okay, this one from Ace said, whoops, Liz Cheney did it again. Unreal. Liz Cheney's husband is partner at Latham & Watkins that works on behalf of companies linked to China's military and individuals connected to spying on President Trump. Is anyone surprised? Nuclear MAGA Pozzo, with Jack Posobiec it is, the fact Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer is now a federal judge is something we really are not talking about enough. This is not like John Adams. During his time as a federal prosecutor, Reinhart worked on the case against now deceased Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted sex offender, but he switched sides in the middle of the case, quitting the US Attorney's Office and going on to defend several of Epstein's employees. He later faced a lawsuit from several of Epstein's accusers, accusing him, I think I read something like this yesterday. Okay. Then we have 2024, the WEF-controlled UK government wants to manage all farms now. Okay, they're going to give exit payments to farmers for leaving. Flower Lady said this needs to go viral. For all of you that think electric vehicles are the answer, this is a true story from a farmer in the Midwest, and I'm reposting it. A close friend farms over 10,000 acres of corn in the Midwest. The property is spread over 3 counties. His operation is a partnership firm with John Deere. They use the larger farm operations as demonstration projects for promotion and development of new equipment. He recently received a phone call from his John Deere representative, and they want the farm to go to electric tractors and combines in 2023. He currently has 5 diesel combines that cost $900,000 each that are traded in every 3 years. Also, over 10 really big tractors. JD wants him to go all electric soon. And he said, okay, I have some questions. How do I charge these combines when they're 3 counties away from the shop in the middle of a cornfield in the middle of nowhere? How do I run them 24 hours a day for 10 to 12 days straight when the harvest is ready and the weather is coming in? How do I get 50,000 pound combine that takes up the width of an entire road back to the shop 20 miles away when the battery goes dead? There was dead silence on the other end of the phone. When the corn is ready to harvest, it has to have the proper sugar and moisture content. Let's return sanity to our nation. If it's too wet, it has to be put in giant dryers that burn natural or propane gas, and lots of it. Harvest time is critical because if it degrades in sugar content or quality, it can drop the value of its crop by $500,000 or more. It is analysed at the time of sale. It is standard procedure to run these machines 10 to 12 days straight, 24 hours a day at peak harvest time. When they need fuel, a tanker truck delivers it and the machines keep going. John Deere's only answer is, we're working on it. They're being pushed by the lefty Dems in the government to force these electric machines on the American farmer. These people are out of control. They are messing with the production of food crops that feed people and livestock, all in the name of their green dream. Look for the cost of your box of cornflakes triple in the next 24 months. Wake up, stand up, speak up. This thread was copied, but I wanted people to know how inefficient electric tractors are. Most of the electric stuff is, look at this one, okay. This is in France. They bought electric cars for civil servants, but it was too expensive to replace the batteries. This is the Green New Plan to save the country. Okay, now look at all these cars, right? What happens when the lithium from the batteries hits the water table underneath? When they leak? When lithium hits water, doesn't it go boom? Hello? Mrs. Smudge said, we've been warning for years that these things were happening. They ignored and attacked us because they knew we were right. Radical gender theory can't survive the public finding out what it does to women and children. Fearful prisoners at Victoria's biggest women's jail have launched a petition demanding the removal of a transgender inmate who committed serious sex offences against females while a man. Australian gender clinics may face legal action following news that Britain's Tavistock Clinic is facing a major medical negligence lawsuit from youngsters who claim they were started on treatment pathway that was not right for them. What's the next bit? Facebook reverses ban on women's group post for saying men can't be pregnant. Well, they can't. If you're pregnant, I'm sorry, but you're a woman. This lady, she gets asked, she's a patriot, right? She gets asked, are you black? And obviously white liberals asking, she says, no, I'm American. And that's how I see all Americans, as Americans. It doesn't matter what your skin colour is. If you're American, you're American. This one here, I can't remember. Oh, it was deleted. Okay, well, let's not worry about that. Unaffiliated voters said Democrats going on recess after passing healthcare, tax and climate bill, formerly named the Inflation Reduction Act. See what they did there? They've stuck a whole lot of little things in this act that no one was allowed to read, by the way, that have nothing to do. It's not inflation reduction, it's Inflation Act. Inflation Rise Act. Protect Australia's Food and Fibre Security said, lock them all up. 5 rapes claims rock Parliament here in Australia. Well, is it? Or is it overseas? No, New South Wales. Oh, these people. New South Wales Premier Dominic Perrottet has responded to confronting and completely unacceptable claims of bullying and sexual harassment inside Parliament. So that's New South Wales, where we are. Dom Perignon. Rep Marjorie Taylor Greene has just filed articles of impeachment against Merrick Garland. Okay, so that's the guy that apparently okayed Trump's Mar-a-Lago to be raided. Okay, this is for Facebook people. Meta announces the World Economic Forum will have a leadership role in the metaverse. It's a new partnership. There you go. I don't know. That's why I left Facebook ages ago. I'll never go back. David Curtin said, use cash. This is very important. I know it's only 2 little words, right? But it's very important right now. And you'll find out why when I keep reading. Eric Matheny said, a search warrant affidavit is not evidence. Neither is the New York Times, the Washington Post, or impulsive Twitter opinions. I happen to agree with that. Disclosed TV have just caught up with just in, drought declared in 8 of the 14 areas in England. Stores begin rationing water. Millions of households are hit by hosepipe bans, which I was told about a week ago. You guys told me. But anyway, they've caught up. Maureen says, g'day, says how very, very true in response to Kathleen Donaldson. They didn't go after the big guy. They didn't go after Biden's crackhead son. They didn't go after Pelosi for insider trading. They didn't go after the Clintons. They didn't go after Epstein's client. They went after the one man who promised to expose them all. And he did. Oh, and this, I want to play this without sound. Can I do this? Without sound. Okay, ready? Action. Look at this. Seriously? And anyone believes anything they say? I can't. Josephine Cashman said, Little John Howard from the British imperialist establishment, who took away our right to defend ourselves, which he disarmed Australia, radicalised crime by failing in the intervention, established a woke Aboriginal corporate brainwashing organisation, sent us to a manufactured war and warred with small businesses. Do you remember when Bush said they've got the weapons of mass destruction? Yeah, well, our little Johnny Howard here was all on board with that. And look what he says. Donald Trump is not fit for office, says Howard. Sorry, Howard, you're not fit for office and you never were. I'll take Trump over Howard any day. Buck Sexton said Hillary had top secret classified information in her personal emails, which she herself was reading, sending, also subject to hacking from anywhere on the planet. It wasn't hard copies locked up, and there was no ongoing dispute about declassification, but she was never even charged. Cernovich said Trump warrant shows why deep state lied about nuclear secrets. This thing was a disgrace. A raid for Trump's handwritten notes? What the seriously? Josephine Cashman said compare the pair. President Trump issued an executive order on combating human trafficking and online child exploitation in January 2020. Number 2, Prime Minister Howard enacted a 90-year suppression order to prevent the names of 28 high-ranking people from being leaked to the public. And this is the guy, like this little Howard weasel, is the one who says Trump shouldn't be anywhere near office. No, I think he's wrong. He's been wrong about everything, so yeah. Senator Bill Heffernan said the list of 28 people formed part of police documents that have been signed off by Gary Crook, QC, the former senior counsel assisting New South Wales Royal Commission into police corruption in the 90s. These names, including prominent figures like judges and a former PM, are on a list of suspected pedophiles headed by Australian Federal Police. The question begs asking, is John Howard friends with some of those on the suppressed list? I'd say more than likely, if he's not on there himself. This is the search warrant for Trump's, the raid. It is gonna load. Yesterday, Attorney Merrick Garland announced the DOJ had filed a motion available here to unseal the search warrant and property receipt relating to the search of the former president. Okay, let's have a look here. An application by federal law enforcement in the Southern District of Florida, blah, blah, blah. Unless delayed notice is authorised below, you must give a copy of a warrant and receipt for the property taken to the person from whom or from whom's premises the property was taken, or leave the copy and receipt at the place where the property was taken. And let's keep going, okay, Judge Reinhart. Attachment A, the premises to be searched, 1100 S Ocean Boulevard, Palm Beach, is further described as a resort club. Locations to being searched include the 45 office, all storage room, and all other rooms or areas within the premises used or available to be used by POTUS and his staff, and in which boxes or documents could be stored. Does that include Melania's underwear drawer? I.e. at the time of search, being occupied, rented or used by third parties such as Mar-a-Lago, and let's keep going. All physical documents and records constituting evidence, contraband, fruits of crime or other items illegally possessed in violation of 18 U.S.C. Is that subsections 739, 2071 or 1519, including the following. Any physical documents with classification markings along with any containers, boxes, including other contents. And here we go, just blah, 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 right? Okay, receipt for property. 4 documents, 29 box labelled A14, 30 box labelled, where's the rest of it? Oh, here we go. Okay, there's letters and binders of photos. Handwritten notes. They reckon miscellaneous top secret documents, potential documents. Okay. I want to have a quick look through. I should have done this before, but I didn't have time. As you can imagine, the press is happy to run with allegations that the former president violated the Espionage Act. You have to ask whether the intent is to damage Trump or indict him. Second, the scope of the warrant related to my first point discussing the statutes. A lot has been said about the removal of classified information, yet the statutes prohibit the removal of other documents, or in the case of section 1519, the destruction of records, not just those that are classified. I'll add that 18 U.S.C. 2071 mentioned in the search warrant documents does not require a record to be classified for prosecution to be successful. For example, that statute has been used to prosecute a court employee for stealing a sealed affidavit filed with the federal court. There is more, a lot more. I have shared this on Twitter if anyone wants to have a look at it. I do believe, though, they had no idea what it was. The list of possibilities was enormous. The category of classified documents relating to nuclear weapons is so broad as to be meaningless. I honestly do think that they are using the nuclear weapons so they can redact a whole lot of it. I'm just going to say that, okay? I'm going to go back here. Here, this one's interesting. Loy Lazia just got an email from my insurance company, Suncorp, asking me if I'd get a chip implant, bragging how much tech has advanced and to keep our information inside of us instead of the outside, stating many Aussies are choosing the implant. Would explain lack of ATMs or ones working. Here we go. Okay, the architect said once we allow the digital IDs, it's all over. This has to be our line in the sand because our individual freedom is hanging by a thread. That's why I said use cash. If you can, use cash. Take it out of the bank and use that. Dana Lowish said the warrant was issued on the 5th and executed on the 8th, but we were told they were worried he'd destroy docs that they were urgently important. This doesn't seem common. It's not. Why would they wait? Daily Wire, the shocking criminality of an underground transgender drug network for children. And there's a guy who is saying that he is supplying people. This guy, LBRY's proposal. A prominent transgender activist recently boasted online about plans to organise an international drug ring to illegally mail transgender hormones to children. The criminality of LBRY's proposal is shocking, but so far it's unclear whether Ehrlich, a biological male who identifies as a woman, will face any legal consequences despite admitting to the scheme on social media, which he has. Last week, Ehrlich posted on Instagram about working with a distribution network to get trans youth access to cross-sex hormones in over 20 states, trying to criminalise hormone therapy. And again, Ehrlich said there are over 20 states trying to criminalise hormone therapy, particularly for trans youth, so my friends and I had an idea, sending out our extra prescriptions around the country. It's illegal to do that, by the way. If you need hormones, I'm working with a distribution network to get you access. Everything is free, no questions asked. Okay, wow, we have hundreds of doses of testosterone, estradiol, and I can't even say those words, available right now. All are prescribed by doctors and unused. Yeah, prescribed to you, not the people that you're giving them to. Each package comes with information on dosage, obtaining blood work, etc. I realise this is only a Band-Aid solution. We need full access to affirmative medical care. This person is insane. Okay. Kirby Summers, author historian, says a person who is never mentioned but also treated to girls via Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. What do you know? The Rolling Stone himself. If you have read my books and are familiar with my work, you'll know that the intelligence agencies use their sex slave to satisfy their artists. Musicians are handed girls or boys, not necessarily to get compromising info, but to make sure they're kept in line. I'm adding a postscript to these tweets because it seems not a lot of people know. A victim of Jeffrey Epstein stepped forward and said that Ghislaine Maxwell asked her to entertain Mick Jagger and to bring her friends. Don't tell me Jagger's not part of Epstein's club. I think he's actually been to the island from, I believe someone said, I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. Bill said, well, for all the conspiracy theorists out there. And this is the Suncorp letter. Hi, Emma. Technology follows us everywhere nowadays. What used to be phone attached to the wall is now our entire universe in our pockets. Considering how much closer we are with technology, it makes sense for the next step to be keeping it inside our bodies with microchips, right? To learn more about the future of human microchips, its benefits and risks, click below, plus check out the latest news, offers and updates picked just for you. Hundreds of Australians are choosing to get microchips implanted under their skin. But is it safe? I don't think they are. I don't know. I just get this feeling that they're just talking out of their behind. Okay, what does that say? In both business and life, budgeting is key. You could use Suncorp Bank Pay Later to help manage your budget by making Oh, here we go. They're all doing it now. You can pay it off in 4 payments, like PayPal and what's the other one? I can't remember who they are. Tim Young, espionage and nuclear codes, lol. They literally stole the plot of a Tom Clancy book to attempt this rubbish. Tim Young said, shocker, the Mar-a-Lago warrant was incredibly broad, confirming that this was just third world country BS harassment of political opposition. Tom Fitton said, I've reviewed the warrant material released in response to the Judicial Watch court request. It's all a scam. A video that cannot be shared enough. I don't know if I can actually show this. Oh, yes, vegetable oil. Do not eat vegetable. Go back to animal fats if you can. Vegetable oils are very carcinogenic, apparently. And reheating vegetable oils and letting them cool down increases their carcinogenic capabilities, okay? David Pilates said, read the article. Garland didn't have a spine then and is still a vindictive person. Merrick Garland wouldn't recommend approval for AG search warrant for Unabomber's cabin, former FBI official. I don't think we need to read it because I think we already know. Buck Sexton said after years of smears from the top of the Democrat apparatus about Trump-Russia collusion, they act like nobody knows what they did and how blatantly false the whole scam was. They're capable of the biggest, most outrageous lies. That's a fact that must be remembered always. And I would agree with that because, look, honestly, I don't know how many times the FBI have set things up to take them down and go, look what we're doing. We really are needed. And they set the whole thing up in the first place. Ian Miles Chong said this thread is absolutely insane. It's a microcosm of what's happening in Lebanon, where millions lost access to their bank savings that were emptied out by the country's elite. That's another reason why I say use cash. If you have money in the bank, it might be a good idea to get it out. This guy he's armed and he is holding the bank hostage till they give him his money. I have a funny feeling I'm going to see more of them too. Jay Bhattacharya, I can't say that, I'm so sorry. The CDC guidance to end mass asymptomatic testing is a big deal, though it comes a full 2 years too late. If your child is going on a field trip and has no symptoms and is forced to test, make sure to let the authorities know that they're violating the CDC guidelines. And I wrote back in September 2020 arguing against mass asymptomatic testing because the CDC has just come out and said that it doesn't matter whether you're vaccinated or not anymore. Proud Army Brat said, according to one of Trump's lawyers, the FBI is frantically, desperately trying to get a hold of the Mar-a-Lago surveillance tape from the night of the 9-hour raid. Now, why would that be, do you think? Cat Turd said the DOJ and FBI didn't find jack shit, so now they're threatening and screaming at us to deflect from their own failure. Malcolm Roberts said, good on those parents, sue them for all they've got. Labor needs to intervene and stop all similar practices in Australia now as the Tavistock faces legal action. Listen, this place here, they've been known to be controlling a lot of stuff throughout the last 100 years. Okay, didn't the Tavistock Institute form the Beatles and all of those bands? I'm pretty sure they did. Be the Truth said, okay, found the original from Washington Times. Stories closed due to hazardous air quality conditions. Professor floats the idea of climate lockdowns with ban on, because they can't do the virus anymore, so they're going to try on this, on meat, red meat, extreme energy limits. The novel coronavirus shutdowns and restrictions are slowly being lifted in most areas, but already warnings of a climate shutdown have begun reverberating on the environmental left. A leading UN economist, who's surprised, who advises European governments last week, sent up a trial balloon via an article titled Avoiding a Climate Lockdown, arguing that in the near future the world may need to resort to lockdowns again, this time to tackle a climate emergency. And they can shove that right where the sun doesn't shine. Elijah Schaffer said, should America go back to executing communist traitors? I do believe so. Michael Beschloss of NBC seems to think so. Wow, extreme opinion for the MSM. Welcome to 2022. And Rosenbergs were convicted for giving US nuclear secrets to Moscow and were executed. I think he wants to execute Donald J. Trump, but the real communists are the left. Oh, dear. Nuclear Magapozo said, come on, bro, please listen. The FBI raid was legit. Come on, really, don't worry about the Epstein judge, okay? Just look at the warrant, bro. Nuclear weapons, bro. This is it. I mean, this is the time. We don't even have a dossier. There is a warrant. We can just see right now, bro. Come on, trust me, bro. There's intel. This time the government wouldn't lie about WMDs, bro. They've lied about everything else. I don't know why anyone thinks they're not lying about this. 45. Not only will I not oppose the release of documents related to the un-American, unwarranted and unnecessary raid and break-in of my home in Palm Beach, Florida, Mar-a-Lago, I'm going a step further by encouraging the immediate release of these documents, which we did read yesterday. Carly, too, said, why? Because we have corrupt two-tier justice system, one for Democrats and one for everyone else, where Democrats seem to be above the law? Why did Martha Stewart go to prison for insider trading and Nancy Pelosi has not? Interesting, isn't it? You're all so full of shit. If it was about nuclear documents, they wouldn't have waited a year and a half and had the National Archives to be in the ones all worried about it, clowns. More likely it is this. This is why the FBI are shitting themselves. They met back in June with Trump and his lawyers in Mar-a-Lago storage room to survey docs, and things seemed copacetic, but then FBI raids weeks later. Speculation on Hill, FBI had a personal stake and searching for classified documents related to its Spygate scandal. They're covering their own backsides. That's what they're doing. Unaffiliated voter said, never thought of it this way. This is why Newt is the smartest man in politics. Video says FBI raid reveals how Dems local and state, what's the rest of it? Machine just went national for the first time. Oh, because they're showing themselves now. This is fully on view for everyone to see right now. I love Newt Gingrich. I can't say Gingrich. That's it. I actually met him once. I was working in Las Vegas at the Venetian Hotel, the PR department. I was at the Phantom of the Opera. Okay, that's just his story. Newt is known as the smartest man in politics, and he has that reputation for a reason. This guy always knows what's really going on a level that we don't. And this FBI raid is no exception. Newt gets into the nitty-gritty of what we're watching unfold, and he does it by first explaining what we're all witnessing in the first ever National Socialist agenda unfolding. Newt explains that we've seen this stuff before from the Dems on a local or state level, but never nationally, and it's really making the American people uncomfortable. Now, while Newt is right, and I'm not trying to correct him, I will say what he calls socialism, I call communism. There's a distinct difference. The main difference is under communism, most property and economic resources are owned and controlled by the state rather than individual citizens. Under socialism, all citizens share equally in economic resources as allocated by a democratically elected government. I definitely feel we're going down the commie road with these Dems. So the lady who was calling for commies to be hung, I kind of agree. But I think she's going for the wrong one. I don't know. He, she, I don't know who it was. I definitely feel we're going down the commie road with these Dems. There's no kumbaya, let's share the love type of feelings. This rogue government wants to control everything, and one man is standing in their way, and that's DJT. I think Newt hits the nail on the head. Okay. There is a video in there if you want to see it. I will get a collection of all the videos and just have a video that I'll have to upload to Rumble. It won't be allowed on YouTube. Oh, maybe. I'll just cop the copyright strike, maybe. Yeah, to show you all of the footage that I've got that I haven't put on here yet. And I wrote, oh God, I've made a boo-boo, a spelling boo-boo. He's the one who started the disarmament of Australians. He has had a few lapses of judgments. And this is in response to Alan Moran, who said, terrible lapse of judgment by Howard. If he thinks this, he could at least have tempered his remarks by relating all the great things Trump accomplished. Perhaps it was motivated by the Argy-Keene New South Wales struggle. Again, Howard says Trump is not fit for office. And he thought he was. Conspiracy bot, shared by Truthbot, said, never forget the USA Patriot Act, a 363-page, 57,000-plus word document to replace the Constitution, was voted on by people who didn't read it. Ryan Fournier said, what really happened at Mar-a-Lago, FBI and DOJ whistleblowers wanted, contact Project Veritas. They will do everything within their power to protect you. So they're asking for, and if the FBI don't have whistleblowers, then they're all in on it. Art Taking Back said, breaking Trump's lawyer is saying that Trump's people were watching the raid on CCTV in New York while this was all happening. I reckon they should release the footage. Libs of TikTok said, oh yeah, this is that person again, Ellie Ehrlich, who wants to give medication to people who have not been prescribed medication. Trans people, cis women and queer people cannot be silenced by unjust policies. There is a moral imperative to break laws that take away our bodily autonomy, agency and humanity. I'm tweeting this because I know I'm not alone in defying laws that limit our freedoms. What an idiot. Sorry. But he deleted that tweet, and he's literally confessing to breaking the law in one of those tweets. Dinesh D'Souza said precisely, in response to DJT, what happened to the 30 million pages of documents taken from the White House to Chicago by Barack Hussein Obama? He refused to give them back. What is going on? This act was strongly at odds with NARA. Will they be breaking into Obama's mansion in Martha's Vineyard? I highly doubt it. It's a one-way investigation, right? Forget what the Clintons and Epstein and Obama have done. That doesn't matter. It's worse than what Trump's ever done. But hey, doesn't matter. Tim Young said, if the White House is bragging about there being zero inflation, oh yeah, they claimed there was zero inflation. Why did Democrats just need to vote to spend hundreds of billions of dollars on the Inflation Reduction Act? Because there wasn't enough inflation going on, so they felt they needed more? Because, whatever they call it, it's going to be the opposite of what they call it. So it's going to be the Inflation Rising Act. Okay, the Post-Millennial said, wow, Tim Cast threatens corporate fact-checking org NewsGuard with legal action for failing to adhere to their own standards. I can't show the video. As I said, I'll put all the videos together and show you what they are in a different, in another video. Jack Pasovic said, they're just saying it's nuclear code so they can redact it and say they can't ever reveal what the raid was about. I do believe that. Dan Bongino said he's ready for a fight. Do not doubt me. I don't doubt. The Leo Terrell said, Americans, please show your dissatisfaction with this illegal raid of President Trump's home by voting in November. J.R. Majewski said, Joe Biden fired 11,000 Keystone XL pipeline workers and is hiring 87,000 new IRS agents. That's everything you need to know about this administration. What have we got here? Mike Davis said all former presidents get a federally funded office of the former president, with staff and security clearances and Secret Service protection and secure facilities, SCIFs for classified records. Even if Trump had classified records, they were protected, period. Well, I think he's going to declassify everything. All presidents take records when they leave. They don't pack their own boxes. National Archives takes the position that almost everything is a presidential record. The federal government overclassifies almost everything. It's routine for any office of the former president to negotiate with National Archives. They could have alerted Congress. The Biden DOJ could have filed a civil lawsuit. They could have sought a subpoena. But unprecedented home raid, Trump had those records for 18 months. We've been all over this at Article 3 Project and defending President Trump consistently. There are more articles here. AG Merrick Garland attempted to defend the indefensible in his political press conference. He left more questions than answers. He's a former federal judge and prosecutor. He should be ashamed of himself for politicizing the Justice Department so dangerously. He must resign. And there's a lot of people calling for Merrick Garland's impeachment. Presidents have the inherent constitutional and statutory authority to declassify anything they want. They don't need to label it. They don't need to report it. They don't have to tell anyone. They can do it through their actions. As a matter of law, no president can be charged under the Espionage Act for mishandling classified records. When President Trump had the records sent to Mar-a-Lago, they were declassified. Former presidents don't have this power, but Trump did this as the president. As discussed, the office of former President Trump, like every other former president's federal office, is equipped and secure enough to handle these declassified records. This is a routine dispute with bureaucrats at the National Archives whether these are presidential records. If they are presidential records, the National Archive owns them, but they'll almost certainly stay with Trump in his presidential library. That's it. That's the bureaucratic dispute. This isn't some damn raid-able crime. General Merrick Garland knows this. Impeach. So, yes, they are. A lot of people are calling for Merrick Garland's impeachment. In 2012, President Obama secretly told the Russian president he'd have more flexibility to negotiate with Russia after the 2012 presidential election. Clearly classified information. Why not Espionage Act violation? Because he's the president, period. And it goes on and on. There's a lot in there. Okay, I won't go over too much more. I think that'll do for the news, actually, today. I'm going to go back to the comments now. Whoops, hang on. Remove that. Wow. So, yeah, there is a lot going on. And there's more. I couldn't even get to the end of the news. There's so much going on right now that it's ridiculous. Okay. What do we got? Shannon said they come out easy, but bending down to reach them. Scott. Oh, you're talking about weeding? Oh, yes. Yes, when you're older, it's not so pleasant, is it? Beckham says, seeing the house again. Alex and the cats. Everyone's saying hello. Saw your kitties today. Too cool. Alex is level 5 cat lady. Kevin says, hello, Alex. Shannon, yes, I am. Liam said, please follow me on Truth Friends, Billy Joe Brown. I'm not on Truth yet. We can't get Truth Social here yet, but as soon as I do, I'll be on there trying to find everyone. Alex said, they've definitely brought joy to my life when I needed it the most. Yeah, they do, don't they? Mine have been annoying the hell out of me. They want in and out of any, okay, even of my room, if I've got the door shut, they want in and out. The same as of the house, they want in and out. Crazy cats I've got. What's the truth, friends, Liam? Alex, hope you're okay, Faith. Okay, I said the amount of satanic monsters and Freemasons on this planet is nobody's business, but it only owns one way. You can run, but you can't hide. Truth Social, Liam said. Friends is a key community term. Yeah, it is. Friends without the D in it and the I. Shannon said, stick a solar panel on the roof, lol. Alex said, that's a new one Trump set up. I'm not sure if I can get on it. It's just .com. Yeah, that's Truth Social, yes. Faye said, I'm good, Alex. I needed a laugh now and then. Love your kitty videos. Warm the heart. Alex, just 20 degrees Celsius. I'm virtually north of the ice wall from you, and it's still 24 degrees Celsius here right now. They must have inverted the north-south divide without us noticing. Alex said, I don't know much about them apart from what Hev has said. Liam said, and yes, it's Trump's social platform. Patty said, Billy Bean News on YouTube just now, number 3. Road warning, nukes in New York, August 15th. Oh, I checked out Archaics last night. Don't trust him. I don't trust him. I don't even know if you want to know what I thought when I first seen the guy. Fed. I don't know. I just get this weird feeling, and I couldn't watch him. I'm so sorry. Shannon said, see, this is what I was saying yesterday. Lamb said, you're a bright spot here, Alex. Yeah, Alex is really good, isn't she? Faye said, I really hope to get to meet all of you wonderful peeps when this crap show is over. That would be good, wouldn't it? To be able to meet everybody. Lamb said, amen to being America versus the colour of your skin. Yeah, look, Americans are Americans to me. It doesn't matter what colour, you're American. You know, you're born in your country, you love your country, you're American. I don't care. My God. Shannon says they always pork barrel their bills. Here, Faith. Alex said, just check Liam, and I think it's only available in the US and Canada at the moment. Hey, Michelle Epp, how you doing? And I want to thank, Alaska Raven for the buy me a coffee. I want to thank everyone who buys me a coffee, PayPal, all you guys who join on the channel, and everyone who super chats or super stickers. I just need to thank people. I don't do it enough. Thank you guys. Liam said, oh, UK has it too now too. One day soon, I know we'll see it available down under. Yep. Oh, UK has it too, do they? Oh, yeah, Australia, we would be, we're last. No, New Zealand probably would be as well. If Australia's last, New Zealand will be with Australia, I think. Patty said A.G. Garland goes back to the Oklahoma bombing to the Clinton crimes cover-up. There you go. Alex said, maybe King, I wouldn't put anything past them with all that weather changing. Apparently supposed to have a massive storm next week across the UK. Interesting. Geoloff said the tweet about the electric combines is absolutely 100% correct. My family used to raise corn. As with wheat, you have a limited window to process the harvest. And that's before things like mold set in with wheat, isn't it? I'm pretty sure, because wheat goes moldy very quickly if you don't get it in time. I don't know for sure. I just feel like I've heard that before. Alex said, okay, Liam, I'll have a proper look later or tomorrow. Shannon said they've been busted for war crimes finally. Yeah, people are starting to see through that. The CDC's recommended dropping all everything in relation to the disease. Yeah, I do think this week, big things this week. Kevin said Howard the coward. Yeah, he is. He was the one who disarmed it. I will never like that man. I don't care who likes. One of my best friends loves him. I don't like him. And I will never like him because he disarmed Australians. And he believed Bush when he said, babies being thrown out of humidity cribs and WMDs everywhere, which they never found and turned out to be wrong anyway. Ooh, seriously. Shannon said, Howard Aquino. Yeah, the eyebrows. He has made his eyebrows. They need a country all of their own, those ones. Oh, dear. Alex said, me too, Faith. Hopefully one day we'll all meet up. Yeah, I hope so. Shannon said, Watergate info, where after was pedo info, apparently. Oh, they were after. Oh, the info they were after was pedo info. Okay. Demelza said, I read today that France's utility bills are half as much as we're paying in the UK. That does not surprise me. I don't know if that's true, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I know that I think a lot of Western nations are getting really high bills. I know in Australia we pay through the roof for our mobile phones, our internet, our electricity, our gas, our petrol. Although I think petrol's probably the same all over the world if you ended up weighing it out, you know, and dividing the numbers. King Snurgle said, Alex, as long as the storm doesn't last through to Thursday, Friday, I've got to make a trip to Edinburgh. Oh. King Snurgle said, I don't want delays, cancellations, the train lines being out of order due to the wrong kinds of leaves on the train tracks. Hey, wasn't that your old job, deciding which were the right leaves? Oh, no. Really? Leaves on the train track and they stop the trains? My God, the trains would never run through the mountains if that happened. By the way, Alex, I didn't know if I'm correct, but to my eyes, your profile pic looks like a woman in a Pioneer bonnet. Odysee said, Alex, is there any thunderstorm due where you are because we need one? I think they're going to happen all across the UK next week. Hey, Dan Markle Senior, how you doing? Odysee said, I hope where I am we get one because it's well needed and a few lightning bolts from God to take certain people out. Good on you, Odysee. Okay, what have we got? Alex said, Liam, it's a paintball helmet. I'm going to have to change this pic. Shannon thinks it's a colander. Oh, dear. Dan Markle Senior said, hey, Liam. Meg said, g'day, everyone. So much happening. I know. And I haven't even got, that wasn't even me getting through. There's a lot more news than what I just went through. I can't even get through it. It's that there's that much coming out. Shannon said, FBI phishing. I'll listen to this later, maybe. That's okay. Hey, Meg. Geoloff said, the Rhine River in Germany is at minimum channel depth for commercial boat ship traffic. The channel is at its deepest points, 40 centimetres deep. Below 40 centimetres shallow, drag tugs, barges can't float. Wow. Demelza said thunderstorms on Monday, apparently. Yeah, I think there's a bigger storm coming this week. And I don't mean thunderstorm. Shannon said, lol, accidentally hit the mic and it transcribed my conversation with my son. Oh, no. Shannon said, shut up, Meg, we love you. Hey, Sherry, how you going?
Everything is hunky-dory.
Odysee said, do not trust doctors because lots have been paid off by Big Pharma. Eyes wide open. Not all, but a vast majority. Yes, definitely. I wouldn't trust them as far as I could throw them, and I couldn't even pick them up. Alex said, before I forget, did anyone see apparently all rainwater is now permanently poisoned with forever chemicals? I wonder if they're saying this because more people are collecting rainwater. They're trying to stop that. They want to charge you for water, so they're going to try everything they can to stop you collecting rainwater. And to be honest, I don't care if there's chemtrails in the sky. I'd rather drink that water than whatever they're putting in that we don't even know about into our water. Alex said, Shannon, we love you, Meg. You got this. I imagine you saying it in that voice, in that loving voice when Peter and Meg became friends. Shannon said, anyone want a ham and cheese toasty? Jaden's hungry. Oh, I'd love one. Hey, Pat. Demelza said, olive oil is okay, isn't it? Please say it is. I don't think it is. Animal, that's it. If you want fat, use animal fat, butter. They said all vegetable oils. All isn't olive a vegetable? I don't know. But I would put olive oil with that as well. Because olive oil is known to be not as tolerant as vegetable oil in reheating and the heat. Okay, you can turn the vegetable oil higher than you can olive oil. Because once olive oil starts to burn, you've got carcinogenics in there. It's all oils. I don't know, Demelza. I'm gonna have to do some digging and see. But I'm using lard now. I've gone on to lard from any oil. I do not use oil anymore. Eyes to see, so lots of people I know don't have a clue what is going on because they have the blinders over their eyes and will not wake up, for fuck's sake. Does my effing head in. I know. Hey, Wheezy, how you going? Are you doing a video tomorrow, Wheezy? Before you disappear on me, because I asked yesterday. And I think you'd gone. Alex said they're trying to do everything they can to stop us becoming independent of them. They won't be able to carry out their you'll own nothing and be happy if we're all independent. That's why I say if you can, collect your own water. David said, good morning from the Wild West. Good morning, David. Hey, Wheezy, brother. Who are you? I know who he is. Alex said, I managed to catch up on your last videos. Hope to catch you live tomorrow, Wheezy. Yay! Oh, you are on. I'll be tuning in from my daughter's house. I'll be listening from my daughters. I've got to go and look after all the grandkids now, not just the little one. I've got all 3 grandkids to look after tomorrow, and I have to get up very early in the morning, which will be interesting. At least I'll listen to Wheezy on the way down, I think. Eyes to see, Canadian girl said, eyes to see, you have no idea how many people are sound asleep in my northern Ontario town. It's mind-boggling. Alex said, are you going live? And Wheezy said, yes. Oh, Captain will be joining him for the wind-up again. Okay, that was good last week. I enjoyed that. Was it last week? The week before? Canadian girl said, hey, Alex, cooking dinner, but here. Demels is looking forward to it. Wheezy said it should be exquisite. And then everyone's saying, g'day, Wheezy, and chanting. Liam said, a Canadian girl, my ex-wife is from Canada. I've spoken with her family in Woodstock and they are sound asleep. They lined up for every one of those things. Yeah, like I said, my mum seems to have broken out in shingles. Oh dear. Alex said, cool. He was good the last couple of times he's been on. He is good. Canadian girl said, I had to go out and do a few things today, and this is strange, but Wheezy is tagged all over our town. On buildings, trains, cars, everywhere. Well, I know Wheezy doesn't live there, but he's an all right dude. Oh, my God. Wheezy, you're famous all over Canada. Or wherever Canadian girl's town is. Old School Pete says, hello, guys. Have an exquisite night, Wheezy, and all others on the other platform. Alex said, hope it's something yummy, Canadian girl, that you're cooking. Pete says to Melza, Wheezy said, sorry about that, Canadian girl. I'll try to tone it down. Alex said, is that on Odysee or YouTube? I'd say Odysee. Oh, is it? Oh, GooTube. Everyone's saying hello. Yep, Wheezy said GooTube. Canadian girl said, Liam, yes, they've lined up here too. I'm about 8 hours from Woodstock, up north on Lake Superior. Wow. Hey, Missy T, how you doing? Liam said, will you have a Sunday or Monday show? Monday. I'll have a Monday show because tomorrow I've got to go and babysit. Hang on, that might be your Liam. Where are you? That might be your Sunday if you're overseas. Here it'll be Monday here in Australia. So Sunday night, I think, for everybody else. So, yeah, just give me a day's break and then I'll be back. Wheezy said, hey, Missy Pooh. Hey, everyone. Alex said, really? That's strange, Canadian girl. Missy said, truthy poo-poo. Oh, dear. Canadian girl says, what is truth? Just kind of struck me as strange. It was like, okay, someone's watching the same lives as me. Really? Wow. Wheezy said, lol. Hey, Sandy D, how you doing? Alex said, you've reached Canada, Wheezy. And Wheezy said, Sandy D's nuts. Okay. Wheezy said, they'll deport me, lol. Oh, no. Odysee said, according to Intel, energy bills are going up as much as £4,000 by October or thereabouts. That'd be £4,000 per year. Missy said, send him away, he's dodgy. Canadian girl said, Alex, a long time ago, but this was strange and at the time confronting. People are watching. Yeah. Where she said, Missy and the infamous goggles. Canadian girl said, Alex, I don't know where that long time ago came from. Didn't type it, so it's weird. Wow. Alex said, hopefully reaching far and wide. Shannon said, maybe the jails should switch to the same brand of CCT cameras that Trump uses. Definitely. Shouldn't they? TNT, 2 a.m, folks, UK time. Oh, wow. It's 2 a.m. Oh, God, I'm sorry, guys. That is really late. Alex said, is your keyboard haunted, Canadian girl? A Canadian girl said, maybe, or YouTube changed it. Yeah, that's like me on Twitter. I swear I hit the right buttons and then it gets changed when I post it and you can't edit them. So I'm like, okay, well, thanks for making me look stupid, Twitter. No, it's just me hitting the wrong keys. I know what I'm trying to say, God damn it. Sorry, shouldn't say God damn it. It's all kicking off. It's going like this big push that we're seeing for ending cash and getting the chip and all this stuff is their last desperate push. They know they're not succeeding. There's too many of us awake. Alex said, that's strange. Is that a little ghost? It looks like a little ghost. Canadian girl says, because it was today, not a long time ago. Strange. Where, Missy? Missy with a turtle? Yeah, where? Around the world, Alex. Yeah, it's going off around the world. Free Me said, I think nuclear weapons are hoax used to scare us. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday, Free Me. It is possible. It is possible. Okay. Wheezy says, I wish we could GIF, lol. Yeah, you can do that on Odysee. Alex said, oh, it's always kicking off. Odysee said, every being on earth is being watched and listened to and recorded in real time. The wicked will stand at great white throne judgment before the lake of fire. Boom. Oh, yeah, says Missy T. Wheezy said, me dancing midget would appear. Old school piece. So what about the attack on Salman Rushdie? Wonder if the nutter realised by doing such a thing he would actually be advertised a largely forgotten book to a whole new generation globally. Strange world. Lady Stardust said maybe the raid relates to the RICO Act. Trump suing Hillary and all of Democratic Congress. Well, that was funny because before that, that's exactly what was going on. They were in court. Yeah, exactly, Lady Stardust. I think someone's going to come up out of the blue and blow it all away. I'm hoping it's that one, but we'll see. I don't just trust, like, I know what they say, what the board said. I'm just not, until it happens, I'm kind of sitting back and watching. Because everything that I sit back and watch anyway does happen. So I'm like, okay, I'll keep watching. Old school Pete said, Missy, hello, hope you're good, bud. Canadian girl said, old school Pete, I bet someone knew, maybe not the culprit, but whoever put him up to it, maybe. Yeah. Missy T said, good, thank you, hun, hope you're well. I said, people think we are human beings. That's incorrect indoctrination through schools. We are mortal beings. It's in the original scriptures of the Bible. Old school Pete said, maybe. I've only seen a few reports, to be fair. Alex said, you should put a cat door in, Hev, but then you may get rogue cats coming in. I would. There's another little black cat in the neighbourhood. smaller than my cats, and they're both scared of it. So I don't know. That one would probably come in. Old School Pete said, it's all fun and games now. Security service up to all sorts. Yeah, well, they're just showing themselves to be exactly what they are. They're security, all right, for the deep state. Geolof said, I have a feeling the coming election will be much in the way the Battle of Athens, Etowah, Tennessee did a battle, lost to time, but definitely worth visiting, especially in times like these. I said, Hev, when is Chef Hev going to surprise us with more food? I started cooking last night and then went, I should have taped that one. Anyway, soon, I'm sure soon. I'm probably going to make the chicken again, so I'll probably show that one, how to do the KFC style chicken. Yeah, that one was yummy, so I might try that again. Or lemon chicken with fried rice. I can do that, you know. Alex said, I heard they're doing some sort of first nuclear fusion experiment. Not sure when, though. Oh, okay. Hey, Sunflower Charlemagne, how you doing? Brian said, on the Sealed Woods Royal Commission, some of the people contained in the Woods Inquiry named by Candy Girl, Fiona Barnett, in those Mulligan Inquiry are named by Rachel Vaughan. Those in the Mulligan Inquiry. Okay. Thank you, Brian. DeBelza said, Alex, did you see a snake in Hev's garden? Wouldn't want to see that coming through my flap. Yeah, imagine that. Coming in the pet door. The bloody snake head just pushes the door open and you see this head coming in and, oh, no way. You'd have to be able to lock the thing. Alex said, oh, yeah, I did Demel's. I didn't even think of that. No, thanks. Yeah. Everyone's saying hello. I said, food, glorious food, hot chocolate and mustard. We're in the mood. DeBelza said, ergot. Ergo or ergot. Old School said, Alex, what's scary is the fact that we even know about these things is usually they're old technology and they don't need to hide it anymore. Or worse, they've made it up to twist our minds even more. Yeah, look, I heard a long time ago that thing about nuclear. It's not what we think. And they've scared the living life out of us. Alex said, snakes never used to scare me until I saw a pic of one wrapped around a van. That'd be a big snake. Demelza said, I'm in the garden getting mozzied. Oh, no. Johnny, bottom of the harbour, Howard is a swamp rat. Yeah, I agree. Old School Pete said, or maybe not. Demelza said, Alex shudders. Alex said, I believe they have to tell us everything, Pete, but most people won't see it or can't possibly believe the governments or other evil monsters would do this to people. Yeah, well, they are. And we can see it. Eyes to see said, Satan and his minions have lost. You will all get your just deserts from the Almighty, as it is written. Old School Pete said, big up Edinburgh. Demelza, good morning, Luna. How you doing? Everyone's saying hello, Luna. Canadian girl said, Alex, my neighbours think the government is going to save us. The cognitive dissonance is alive and well in Canada. There's a lot of that going around in Australia too. My Tennessee, how you going? I said, Alex, I agree with you. Too many people are far too indoctrinated and will never wake up. I think when that event that we've been talking about comes, I think a lot of people will then. And then the first arrest. Old School Pete said, anyone that can send young men to kill other young men for profit should always be viewed with suspicion, especially when they don't send their own. Yeah, that, or Old School Pete, when they don't go there themselves. They're the ones who want to send everyone else. I want to see them on the front line with their sons and daughters. The people who arrange all these wars, I want to see them on the front line themselves. Liam said, it's a wee frustrating that so far, Hev, we know you, but you don't know it's the same way. It'd be so cool if we were all on Zoom call together where Hev could see us too. Yeah, it would be. I might do a call-in show in the next couple of days. How's that? Canadian girl said pretty much the same in my area too. Darren said, if rainwater is contaminated, then so are streams and reservoirs and all your plants that get rained on and everything. Yeah. Jeff Burns says, who's betting lockdowns this week in AU? Oh, possible. Climate ones this time. Lady Stardust said Michael Aguino died a couple of years ago. Yeah, we were talking about John Howard's eyebrows, our old PM. He's got these really thick eyebrows, mate. And they kind of look like Michael Aquino's eyebrows. Alex said, oh, wow, Canadian girl, that's delusion. If people can't see what the government have been doing for years, then they're going to need a sharp shock to wake them up. Yep. A short, sharp shock. What song is that from? Short, sharp shock. And it's said in the song. It's not sung, it's spoken. I'll give you a hint. It's a Pink Floyd song. David Morgan said, I drink rainwater regularly. I'm okay. Yeah. Well, there's people here still on water tanks out in the country. Most of them are. Canadian girl said, yeah, it's bad here. Yeah, bad in Canada. It's bad in Australia. It's bad in the UK. It's bad everywhere right now. Eyes to see said, I've just had 2 lots of blended fresh green chilies on toast and melted cheese. My bot will be on fire tomorrow. David said, I prefer coconut oil for cooking. I'm just using lard, meat fat. That's all. Alex said, hey, my Tennessee. Hey, Jeff, how you going? Sandy said, don't cook meat in olive oil. Okay. Demel said, David, I use coconut oil a lot too. Faith said, some in my area still drive alone in cars with the damn diaper on their face. Oh, yeah, there's no need for that. Well, I mean, no one's going to cough on you or anything inside your car by yourself. So, there's no germs flying around unless you have your own germs and you're worried about them. I don't know. Canadian girl says, stick with animal fats. My dad was born in 1928, grew up on a farm. He called everything that didn't come from an animal on his garden fake food, not for human consumption. Well, that's another thing that video said, is that all vegetable oils should only be used for motors, not human consumption. So, yeah, just be wary. That's why I've gone back to lard. And up until, the 1980s, all of our chips and things were cooked in lard and they tasted better. And then I cooked it the other day for my son in lard and he said, Mum, these chips are beautiful. So, yeah. Alex said, oh, no, is olive oil not good, Sandy? I have a funny feeling it can't handle high temperatures. I know that, okay? It does go carcinogenic over certain temperatures. Liam said our tap water is clear, but 2 towns over they put fluoride in theirs. Oh, see, they've got fluoride in ours, and that's why I'm collecting rainwater. Geraldine said, "Hi, Hev, looking well, Mrs." God love you. Pat said, "Dear Hev, my son, while cleaning out cupboards, found a 20-year-old love letter my husband wrote me. It's the anniversary of his passing on the 16th of August. Love will always get through. Spread the love." Oh, God love you, Pat. Oh, that is so sweet to find that 20 years old love letter. That's beautiful. Old School Pete said, my dad called it plastic food, Canadian girl. Yep. Oh, God bless you, Pat. Yeah. I said, but olive oil comes from an olive tree that comes from the creator unless it's manufactured. Sandy D's Nuts said, meat cooked in any non-meat oil is bad. Okay? It's just to let you know, guys. Carl's, how you going, Carl? Susie said, hey, Hev. Hey, how you going, Susie? Luna said, I've been so tired and exhausted, but you get that when you're decluttering. Filled 3 skips of stuff and it feels great but exhausting. Wow. That's a lot. But Canadian girl said, Hev, we're on the north shore of Lake Superior in Nowheresville, lol. Oh, my goodness. I'd love to be in Nowheresville. Out in Nowheresville. Lady Stardust said, olive oil is fine Mediterranean diet. Yep, but for how long? How long have they been using olive oil? I don't know. I'm just going on to lard myself. It's up to each person what they do, but I won't be buying or using olive oil anymore or vegetable oil. I think they're the only oils I would ever have bought. Yeah, I'm just going on lard now. Old School Pete said, Pat, that's lovely. It is. Demelza said, olives are fruits, aren't they? Looks, I dip my bread in it and use it on all salads. I think uncooked, I don't know if uncooked is all right. I don't know. Alex said, my parents, grandparents, etc. all grew up eating dripping sandwiches, and Gran always used to cook in animal fat. Always tastes better. I use garlic-infused olive oil if I cook. May start using lard. Well, you could probably garlic-infuse the lard. Sandy D's Nuts said, I cook fish and veg in olive oil, never meat. Yep. Lamb said, nice to see you, Have, with a real cigarette between your lips. Yeah, I'm going between the two at the moment. Demelza said, I think most food which isn't heavily processed, eaten in a balanced way, is okay. Alex said, that's cool, Luna. I had a good clear out and rearrange of my house last week, and it felt the same. It's cleansing, though. I said, there's too much manufacturing going on by the deep state, but they'll be deadly sorry at Almighty's appointed time. Yes. Old School Pete said, never noticed you, Sandy D's Nuts. Hope you're well. 5 p.m. in California. Oh, wow. Okay. It's 1 a.m. in the UK. Jeez. Canadian girl said, it may be weird, but I save all my fat in jars in the fridge and then I heat it up and put it through a cloth filter. I get the most beautiful white fat that's clean to cook with. Yes. You can do that too. Canadian girl said, bacon fat, that is. Yep. Lacey said, 8 p.m. on the east coast of the USA. Old School Pete said, I store my fat all around my belt. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of that. Apparently eating animal fats will help you lose weight as well, more so than the vegetable oils, which they actually have inflammatory stuff in them that when you heat them up, they start, actually when you eat them, they cause inflammation. That's what I'm finding out. That would make sense as to why I got sick. Seriously, it really would. I said, Have, cash will come to an end. Everything is God's wording regarding the end. Only 7 years left. Demelza said, Canadian girl, no, you're not strange. It's a brilliant way to use your fat. My grandparents always did it. Yeah, they reused. They filter and reused. And you could do it with any cheesecloth as well. You could filter it through cheesecloth. But you have to melt it first, yeah, because it comes as a hard brick of fat. Canadian girl said, Old School Pete, yeah, I've lots there too. Nicey Glover said, good, wonderful morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are, everyone. Sending each of you love from Colombia. Oh, God love you, Nicey. Luna said, Alex, has been great, but also hard because I broke my fingers, so it was hard to lift the heavy things like lounges, but I got those bloody things in there. Really? Oh, my goodness, Luna. Liam said, I do not trust Ray. Okay. Yeah, it's up to each individual. Use your discernment, and I can't remember who it was that tried to get me to watch Archaic's channel. That's fine, but I can't watch him. To me, I don't know, I had a funny feeling about that man. As soon as I looked at him, I don't know. Canadian girl said, people think I'm weird, but not my hubby. He's on board with my weird food storage practices. Yep. Well, when I finish with my cooking chips or something with lard, I let it cool down and I put it in the fridge, and I'll use it again if there's not, a lot of stuff floating in it. But then if there is, I'll filter that out and use it. So, yeah, you're not the only one, Demelza. GLF said the sky is turning black here in the Free Republic of Florida. 7-degree drop instantly. Now 20 degrees Celsius. Hopefully some rain coming. That would feel cool, actually, after being high up in the, in the 30s and that. Shannon said, lift with your back, not your fingers. Yeah, but that'd be hard with broken fingers. Oh my goodness, lifting anything with broken fingers. You'd have to be like, I don't know, that kind of lift. I don't know. Alex said, I'll keep that in mind. Sandy D's nuts, thank you. If I do slow cook beef, I usually only use a base of onions and water and let it release its own juice. Nothing added until the end for gravy. Susie said, olive oil is the most unadulterated product sold in Europe. Even when it says pure, it's hard to know. Organic avocado oil seems a better bet these days. Eyes to See said, have lemon chicken and fried rice, because I can make that. Lemon chicken and fried rice. And it's pretty bloody good, I must say. I made it 2 nights ago. Shannon said, where is I Am Kai? I'm worried about him. I don't know. Liam said, 10 plus years ago, we had neighbour's nasty cat come in our cat door to pick fights with our cat. We eventually captured him and drove him out of the neighbourhood when we got no help from the owner. Oh, no. Snake. Shannon says, snake coming through flaps, have strikes again. Look, I always say things that sound really inappropriate, right? I don't mean it that way. It just comes out and then I realise what I've said and go, I could have said that a different way. A lot of stuff I say, a lot of people laugh at and they go, do you realise what you just said? Oh, dear. Okay, let's not worry about that anyway. Let's get on with it. Alex said, oh, bless you. I'm going red in the face. Luna, that sounds painful. Hopefully it's all done or not much more to go so you can relax now and enjoy your new space. Yes. Canadian girl says, I use organic avocado oil, but man, it's expensive here in Canada. Yeah, see, I don't think I'd be able to afford it. That's why I've gone on to lard. I can't afford olive oil anyway. It costs so much just for a bottle of it, like $10 or maybe more, sometimes more. So, yeah, I'm going to lard. I'm going to use lard. Alex said, Hev may be modelling for he may be modding for the other channel. He mods for Shannon. Hopefully he'll join us soon. Hope he's okay. Yeah, he was here. Oh, there he is. I Am Kai says, stop by to drop a like. Got family visiting. Much love. Oh, God love you. Eyes to See says, snakes are so beautiful and their skin feels like leather. I don't think snakes are beautiful. Geoloft said, here across America are having all the new wireless power meters put in to replace the ones installed 5 years ago. The new ones block CCP drones flying across the US and other NATO nations. Interesting, Geoloft. Liam said, best regards, I Am Kai. Everyone's saying hello to I Am Kai. Demelza said, I love to eat avocado with a spoon, right out of the skin. Yep. You know what? With salt and pepper on it. Yum. Yum. Everyone's saying, hey, I'm Kai. Hope you have a lovely day with your family. Susie said, Canadian girl, Costco sells a 1 litre bottle for around $18.99. It goes on sale and they deliver. Best price I've seen. Really? Is that for avocado oil? Wow. Demelza said, Pink Floyd. You got it. Canadian girl said, on a happier note, it's canning season in Ontario. Today's the first day in a few weeks my pressure canner or water bath hasn't run. Wow. Shannon said, hey, pedos, leave them kids alone. Yeah, all in all, you're just another prick in the wall. David Morgan said, spoken lyric on Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, Hev. Now you have to explain why you are mad even though you are not mad. Canadian girl says, Susie, that's a good price. I'm 4 hours from a Costco, so we'll look at ordering and have a Costco membership. Wow. My Tennessee saying, how, Alex? I'll put the olive oil in my van then with the cost of fuel going up. Old school Pete said, if you can't eat your chips, then you can't get no pudding, laddie. Yeah. If you don't eat your chips, you can't have any pudding. You can't have any pudding if you don't eat your chips. Hey, you, laddie. Demelza Boying said, the Canadian girl, I love watching all those homesteading videos of people canning and preserving. Yes, I've got to get into that too. Shannon said, lard and dripping, that's old school. Yep, and I believe that's how we need to go back. I think that's how they lived so long. They weren't eating the poisoned oils that we eat. Jeff said, so olive oil is a lie too. I'm not 100% sure about olive oil. I've got to admit, okay? But I do know that when you heat olive oil up to high temperatures, it becomes carcinogenic. I've read it before. I looked into all food when I got sick because I didn't know why I was sick and I wanted to know why I was sick. So I got into looking at all foods and GMOs and all the stuff, you know, and oil was one of them. So I don't know. I'd say do your own research. I'll try and find out for sure. Sandy D's Nuts said, I lived in the country. It's beautiful. Oh, I so want to go back there. GLOF said, from my info, contact the smart power meters that were installed 5 years ago back. The RF infrared interface was not encrypted and the CCP drones are able to interact with the meters, stop, speed up, etc. Really? I said, if that's the case with olive oil at high temperatures, I should be dead. No, it's a slow, I don't know. They said it's carcinogenic, and when you keep eating it, it would cause problems. I don't know, honestly. With olive oil, I don't know. I do know about canola, sunflower, vegetable oils, and most of them are not good for you. Canadian girl said, Demels, I was raised on a farm, and that is what we did. It's in my bones and things, and I can things most people don't. Oh, I'd love to do it. Sandy D's Nuts said, water, moved to town, stinks of chlorine. Oh, of course, yep. We've got that too. Sending love and prayers, Pat. Love will always find a way. Yeah. God love you, Pat. My Tennessee said, what about cooking in bacon fat? As far as I know, it's all right. It's animal fat. So it just, whether you want to eat bacon or not, it's up to you. Some people just think, because, I don't know, I've looked into pigs and I'm just not sure at the moment. Until I can grow maybe my own, I don't know. UK's been putting fluoride in the water for decades. So has Australia. Canadian girl said, I cook in bacon fat. Apparently, look, I've heard bacon fat is good. Darren said, egg is good cooked in bacon fat. Yep, the flavour. Alex said, I know people used to cooking oil in their vehicles, but it's probably just as expensive by the litre these days. Yeah. Jeff said, beef dripping. Alex said, McDonald's admitted to changing their chip fat into biofuel, yet another thing they don't have to pay for, along with avoiding all that tax. Of course. Shannon said, done some weeding, fed the kids and chooks, time for dishes, then shopping, and this is my day off. Oh, really, Shannon? I said, McDonald's, Burger King have admitted to 3D printing their meat, not to mention the bugs in the fake meat. These upper echelons are sick, twisted, wicked people. I agree with that. Oh, Sunflower Charlemagne said, I find him hard to watch too, Hev. Yes. I don't know why. I looked at Archaics and I just thought, Fed, I don't know why. I thought that I listened to a 3-hour live, and then I listened to one with what's his name? Max from Australia. And I don't trust him either. Okay. Oh dear, the Crow House, Max. I don't trust him either. And they were on an interview, and I just got this feeling, right? It reminded, okay, let's put it this way. It reminded me of Atwood. Okay? I listened to the story. He's been to prison, blah, blah, blah. And I just got this vibe from him that I just don't know. I'll leave it there. I don't want to, like, if I'm wrong, I'll apologize, but I really just got that feeling from that. Menacing Muskrat said, hello all, what's shaken? Liam said, just proclaimed our home veg oil and olive oil free in a text to my partner. Good on you, Liam. Yeah, I'm back to lard. I just won't cook in anything else now. Jeff said, McDonald's have got other stuff to admit to too, Alex. Yep. Human, yeah. Soylent Green, anyone? Demelza says, night, all. Have a lovely weekend. Stay safe. Be blessed. You too, Demelza. Have a good night's sleep. Sweet dreams. My Tennessee said, what about grapeseed oil? I don't know. I just heard that the vegetable oils are really bad. And I heard that a long time ago. Night Dems. Yeah, I know, Jeff. Hey, Menacing. Good night, Demelza. Darren. I meant them flaps. No. Faye said, any particular brand of lard, Hev? Just took a peek. Lots of different ones. Help. One that says that it's only animal fats. I don't know what mine's called. Hang on. Do you want me to get on? I'll get mine. Hang on a sec. Find out what it is. I will find out for you. I'll grab the whole bloody thing. Okay. I've got Super Fry. It is solidified oil, blended edible animal fat, general frying, roasting, deep frying. Has it got ingredients? Animal fat. Then we got this one. Oh, shivers. A tub. The tastiest way to roast and fry. It is finest quality dripping. Animal fat. That's all the ingredients it's got in it. And goodbye, my country split. The factory burnt down yesterday. So food factories in Australia are burning down as well now. And they make this bread. So I'm going to have to bake my own bread from now on, obviously, because I don't think that they were already having shortages before it burnt down of my bread. So goodbye, my bread. Oh dear. Okay, GL said, I've got smoked ham in the skillet as we speak. Oh, yum. Liam said, oh, Hev, we're here because we know and love your heart. Don't worry over things you felt came out wrong. No, it's just that things come out that can be taken two ways with me sometimes. And normally it's a rude way you can take it, and there's an innocent way you can take it. Please believe me, I always mean the most innocent way possible when I say things. Oh, hang on. Susie said, I think I saw preppers once canning whole eggs in their shells. Is that possible? I don't know. Odysee said, I'll say it again, the elites and millionaires will have one very bad, deadly last day on earth, I do believe. 2028. Liam said, partner just texted back okay and is stopping by the market to buy lard on the way home. No joke. Good on ya. Because I went out yesterday or the day before, and I bought like 2 of these and 2 of them so I don't run out. Because I fry. I do like fried foods. And I want to cook in it as well. So everything that I would normally put oil in, I will be putting that or butter in instead, or mixing the two even. Alex said, I used to eat McDonald's all the time, then went off it for about a year. Me and my partner at the time had nothing else to eat. So got McDonald's and were both violently sick for days, never touched it again. Yeah, well, that's how the last time I ate McDonald's, I got really bad pains in the stomach. And I just said to myself, don't eat it again. If it's going to give you a pain in the stomach that bad, don't. And that's when I was getting pains in the stomach a lot. But McDonald's would always make it worse. Luna said the only room left to clean and declutter is the lounge room. Oh, go Luna. Susie said avocados are a perfect food. Little babies love them and they're so mild. Carl said, Hev, how about a video with perfect roast? Oh, spuds, you mean? I think you meant spuds, not studs. I can't find any studs. Hello? There's none around here. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll do a roast with, I'm going to have to go and buy the roast to cook. But yeah, I can do that. How about pumpkin and spuds? Okay, potatoes, pumpkin, maybe cauliflower and broccoli with cheese sauce on them, and then the cheese sauce can be put all over the baked potatoes as well. Yum, my mouth's watering now. Alex said it was the worst feeling and funny. We both felt the same after not eating it. I would never go near another fast food chain or probably never eat out again these days. Who knows what's in food now? I have the same problem. If I don't want to cook, it's more like just get your own dinner and have sandwiches or something, because I don't want to, I'm not paying for takeaway when I don't know what's in it. I don't know. So I'm getting very particular with my food. Lamb said our Costco chicken jerky strips for dog is now $28.97 per 2 pound bag. It was $14.97 2 years ago. Doubled in price nearly. Jeez. Shannon said, isn't Costco owned by Commie China? I don't know. Liam said, don't know, Shannon, but wouldn't be surprised. Did they open a Costco in Australia? You have to join. You have to pay to join, and then you can get things cheaper. I don't know. I don't know about that. Darren Booker said, I had KFC the other day that put me off that. So much for secret spices. Even the hot wings were tasteless. That's why I make my own, because honestly, I don't even trust them. I don't trust KFC either. I don't trust KFC. I don't trust McDonald's. I don't trust any outlet to cook my food for me anymore at all. It's bad, but, you know, maybe it's a good thing, I think. So I make my own KFC, and I use 2 different recipes, and kind of whatever one leaves out, I'll throw in from the other one. It turns out nice, though. Sandy D's Nuts says it does become carcinogenic at high heat and mixed with animal fats. There you go. So the olive oil does become carcinogenic at a high heat and mixed with animal fats. That's why you should use lard or dripping to cook the meat in, I think. Canadian Girl said, if anyone needs info on canning, I can help out. I can send her my email address so she can forward it to people she trusts. I've canned for over 30 years. Pressure and water bath. Yes, please, Canadian Girl. Canadian Girl, have you ever thought of making a channel, canning things? That would be interesting. And you don't even have to show yourself. You can just zoom in on the food and what you're doing. You know what I mean? I don't know if you want to do that, but yeah. Liam said, Darren, KFC is nothing like it was 50 years ago. Not at all. Alex said, hopefully it will go smoothly, Luna. Oh, I also did the feather trick on a new flower today. Fingers crossed. I hope so. For your sake, Alex. Hope it works. Old School Pete said, I survived on a quick save 1 pound no-frills hamburgers and other no-frills foods for about 3 years. It's a wonder I'm alive, to be honest. Yeah. Oh, food. Some people can handle more than others. I don't know why. My stomach cannot handle a lot of stuff now. Luna said, Alex, I'm definitely going to have my fingers crossed for you. Yeah. Fluoride calcifies your pineal gland. Iodine supplements will decalcify the hardening of that gland. Yep. Yeah, Jeff, Max focused on doom porn, not healthy. No, he was... I don't even know what happened when oh, no, I do. He said some really stupid stuff, right? And then when he got all the backlash, he came back on and said he was targeted. individual and that he was targeted that day, and he went, I don't know. I just thought, I'm leaving that one alone. I know people do get targeted, but I don't know, I didn't believe him. And then there's people saying he's a Freemason. And if that other guy's not one of them, I think he's a Fed. I hate saying that. I just got that feeling from him. And Odysee said, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. Yep. I remember that from, my goodness. And we know, always puts that in his videos. Cat 14 said, supposedly if you stare at the sun, try in the morning, it decalcifies your pineal gland. Wouldn't that blind you? I don't know. Shannon said, go with your gut, Hev. It's right more often than not. Yep. Cat said, only coconut and avocado oil are good. Okay. Old School Pete said, never noticed Dems going to bed. Night, bud. Olive too? Is you're saying that's good, Cat? Old School Pete said, I feel so ignorant. No, it's all about learning. And we all, like, even I'm learning. I don't know about olive oil that much. I just know that I was told years ago when you heat it to you can't put it on high, put it that way, olive oil. You need to do it at a lower temperature because it becomes carcinogenic. And then I heard about all the vegetable oils and stuff as well and sort of went, okay, I'll just stick to lard. Sorry, who is he talking about? Someone named Cakes. I don't know. Odysee said the wicked are going down very soon. People who work in public offices across the planet, you're going down and we'll never see the light of day again. Menacing Muskrat said the cat is going to become the host. Alex said, I've missed stuff too, Pete. I'm sure Demelza won't mind. Shannon said, geez, look away for a minute, and Hev was replaced with a ghost. Oh, dear. Lady Stardust said, don't fry food. I spent a lot of time in Greece. Raw olive oil. They smoke and live a long time. Okay. So just don't fry food in olive oil, but you can use raw olive oil, and probably raw would be better. Is it the virgin olive oil? The one that has the flavour. Because I used to always buy light flavoured olive oil so I could deep fry in it. And that's where I went wrong. Canadian girl said our powers that be started feeding us fake fats back in the 50s. My dad wanted none of it, but it got hard to avoid. Along came canola and soybean, which are pure poison. Yeah. Faith said, thanks, Hev. No worries, Faith. Alex said, I was thinking menacing. Funny if Bella suddenly came over and started typing. Imagine that. Hey, Bella, what are you doing? Pat said, thanks for the love, everyone. I would like to show the letter, but I might have to do it in 2 parts. Aww. Yep, I'd love to see it, Pat. Luna said, oh, no, not. Canadian girl said, I should also add here that I'm a holistic nutritionist, so I've done some research on this, but even the schools are lying to the students, so discernment and common sense are necessary. That's what I think. Do your own research, make sure you know what you're doing, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we'll see how we go. Luna said, not our bread, that I get that bread too. It's the only bread my son eats. Yeah, it's the only bread I can eat. And now the factory just burnt down. So there goes my bread. Country split. I'm going to be making my own. And mine doesn't taste like that. I want to know what they put in that. Actually, I really want to know what they put in that. Menacing Muskrat said, Canadian girl, question. I was a flat of eggs this winter, so they're in the freezer. A lady here said I can still use them for cooking. Oh, I've seen, what's his name? Matthew posts. He's taken eggs with him and they froze. He went camping and he's in Canada and he went camping in really freezing weather, and all his food froze, his onions, his garlic, everything, and including the eggs. And he just tipped them out, and they started to defrost and cook, and he was able to cook them from frozen. I don't know. So, yeah. Susan said, last couple of times I had at McDee's, I got sick. Liam said, haven't eaten at McDee's in 20 years since hearing about the human ingredients on an Art Bell coast-to-coast broadcast. Alex said, I just subbed to your channel, Canadian girl. Oh, I'm going to sub too. Menacing Muskrat said, roast and Yorkshire pudding and lots of gravy, yum. Roast and Yorkshire pudding. I don't even know. Would you believe? I don't even know what Yorkshire pudding is. Canadian girl said, yes, of course you can. Eggs freeze wonderful in the shell and out of the shell. Yeah, I've heard that actually. Alex, nothing on it, but my hubby racing his car and I think it's set to private. Oh, okay. Alex said you should make some videos of you canning and educating people. Definitely, I reckon, definitely. Odysee said the play and CCP from China will all be executed by the Almighty at his appointed time. They'll get what's coming. Suzanne said, I believe Costco is owned by American shareholders. Oh, okay. Canadian girl said, well, then everyone would know what I do. Alex said, there seems to be a playlist of people making food. I love food videos. Oh, yum. Dennis Beers, good morning, wonderful organic people. Late, but here. Oh, God love you. Alex said, I'm on it, Hev. I said the same. I would watch Canadian Girl, yeah. Shannon said, and call it Canadian Can Do. Yeah. Yeah, make up another channel, Canadian Girl. Just, like, have the camera pointed down at the food and we'll watch. Pat said, happy Valentine's Day if it's possible. I love you more now than ever. Patsy, I wake up every morning and look at you and I thank my lucky stars that a person as unique as you could care for a person. See if I can get it. Like me. We've had 30 years together, babe, and I hope like hell we'll get another 30. There is so much I want to say, but I don't have the words. Patsy, my very inner being belongs to you. I love you. That is so sweet. Aww. That is beautiful. Alex was laughing at Shannon. Hey, Ruff, how you going? You didn't want to do hunting again, but need to now. We're organising a camel hunt next month. Yeah, apparently there's heaps of camels in Australia they bought in and then they went wild. Great. Badumbish. Oh, the drums, Alex. Hey, Ruff. Canadian girl said, how about think about it? I don't follow USDA guidelines as I'm in Canada, so there'd be a lot of backlash and hate. It would be hard, but I'm more than willing to help people. Yeah. I don't know. Just tell the people you're in Canada. So, you know, I don't know. Let the haters hate. They're useless anyway. Liam said, even if members don't understand it, Freemasonry is evil. Yeah. Yeah, the lower downs won't understand. And they probably never will because they won't get to the higher levels. Oh, I slurped that tea. GLF said, currently finishing up grilled ham, egg and cheese sandwiches on wheat, fresh whole wheat, salted butter, hickory smoked ham, thick aged cheddar. Oh, yum. My mouth's watering. Sandy D's Nuts says, starving talking about all this food. Alex said, I think we need more people like you, Canadian girl. Yeah, more people canning and showing us how to do things. I've got one I listen to. I don't know if she's still doing it, though. Odysee said, have about chicken supreme, cooking it for you and your son. It's delicious. How about chicken supreme? Oh, okay. I'll have to look that up. Darren said Popeye was okay and he used olive oil. Oh, dear. I said Hev and nutty flapjacks. Sherry said, my grandma always used lard and a fried chicken was the best. See? Yeah, exactly. When they switched to vegetable oil, the chips did have a different flavour. It was not the same. Faith said, Canadian girl, I definitely watch as well. Love to learn new preserving techniques. Eyes to See said, I always use extra virgin olive oil. Pat said, yep, I've read that. Oh, that was so sweet, Pat. That was lovely. I cherish that. Jeff said, Maria, Z, and Eggs are also doom and gloom pushers. What's the bet? They are Freemasons. Yeah, I don't know. I just, couldn't. I can't listen to certain people. Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. Faye said, oh, Pat, how beautiful. I said, the indoctrination is rife across the planet. School teachers, colleges, and universities will be very sorry. Nothing is hidden from the Lord. Yep. Shannon said, tip top, the one is good bread. Yeah, what's this one? Was it tip? This is Buttercup. Buttercup Country Split. And I guarantee you I won't be able to find it anymore. Liam said, personal discernment is critical. Your God-given conscience is aligned with discernment. Yeah. Alex said, that's so beautiful, Pat, and something you can treasure until you meet again. He will always be with you. Lots of love to you. Yeah. Oh, Darren said, Yorkshire puddings are baked batter, Hev. Just batter? Like nothing inside it? I don't know if I could eat that. How about I make baked potatoes instead of Yorkshire puddings? Oh, I don't know if I could eat batter. Just batter. I'll have to look into it, okay? I'll look into it. I'll see. Pat said he really was my soulmate, Alex. Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. Alex said, Yorkshire pudding is a mix made of batter and put in the oven. Goes with roast beef. It's lovely, Heaven. I recommend anyone tries it. It's yum. Okay. I will have a go, I think. Liam said, oh, Pat, that's beautiful. Darren said, same mix makes pancakes. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll see. I'll look up the recipe and I'll see what I can do. I probably won't turn out all right. I don't know. Alex, I'm just saying me doing it for the first time may or may not turn out all right. Alex said, it goes with anything. I could eat Yorkshire pudding on its own with gravy. Wow. See, I get cranky if there's too much batter on anything. If I buy something battered and there's too much batter, I'm like, peel half that off and I'll eat. Oh, dear. Darren said, Shannon. If you can read that, you can read that, okay, guys? I don't want to read that one out. Canadian girl said, I almost forgot my maiden voyage with my 120-year-old crock full of sauerkraut. Got jarred today and it's amazing. Onto a crock of pickles yet. Next, I'm excited. Oh, Canadian girl. I need to know how to do that. Liam said, my attorney is a Freemason, even told me so. I knew nothing I could say would benefit him in his present state of mind. Neat and smart man, but ignorant as hell about his own private club membership. Most of them are. My grandfather was one. And he was low level and poor. And, yeah, I just don't. It's a little too secretive for me. You know, why do you need to keep secrets unless you're doing something wrong? Suzanne said vegetable oil was originally used to oil machinery. It was so cheap they sold it as cooking oil. There you go. Made people sick, but made dollars with drugs then. Yeah. Canadian girl said, Pat, that's a heartwarming story. Alex said, I'm glad you shared that very personal message with us. It warmed my soul and reminded me of my grandparents' true love and commitment to each other. Yeah, definitely. It's something I could imagine my dad writing to my mum, you know. God love them. I said to become a Freemason, they have to sacrifice poor baby or very young child. Oh, not to become one, they don't. No, it's when they get the higher levels. Old School Pete said, I pile meat, potato, vegetables, and whatever else is on the plate on Yorkie puddings, then drop the gravy. It's messy, but worth it. Okay, I'll have to try it. Brian said, hi, Hev. I put a small roast potato inside a Yorkshire pudding. Now, that might work. Old School Pete said, yeah, you have to have the potato. And Liam said, Shannon. Alex said, look up how to make Yorkshire pudding. Can also make toad in the hole with sausages. Is that like sausages in batter? Yorkshire pudding is yummy. I'm going to have to try it now. I haven't had toad in the hole for a while. Alex said, you can make a giant Yorkshire pudding and put a whole roast dinner in it, dripping in gravy. Oh, my goodness. Sunflower said, homemade sauerkraut, great, so good for tummy issues and immune system. Yeah, I found that out by people telling me because my stomach was grumbling a lot. Darren said, only caveat for Yorkshires is you must have gravy. Okay, I've got gravy. And I can make gravy from scratch. There's no problem there. Alex said, I want to make Yorkshire puddings now. Yum. Lamb said, on another note, for a great time, watch Steve Cardinal Channels, Call Me Maybe. Hang on. Is the channel called Call Me Maybe, is it? Oh, I'm running out of room. Call Me Maybe. Isn't that the name of a song? Ooh. Okay. Faye said, Pat, yes, thanks for sharing such a beautiful letter. I don't usually share my personal life. I lost my partner of 30 years 5 years ago. Your letter brought back fond memories of my own. Oh, you guys. That is so sweet. Liam said, I've better watched that 30 times. I said, Hev, to what I've heard, it's the lower levels also, including Murder of a Little One. They're absolute monsters. I don't think it's the lower levels. I really don't. Alex said, yes, toad in the hole. Cook sausages in baking tray and take out of the oven. When sausages are nearly done, then pour over the batter mix and wait for it to rise. So nice. Oh, wow. Canadian girl said, my hubby was born in England and Yorkshire pudding is cooked in the oven in roast drippings. Cooks fast. Lol, I can't make it, but his mum could. Ooh. Shannon said, haven't had toad in the hole for a while. Head for the win, lol. Liam said, channel is Steve. Oh, okay. It's Steve. Kardynal. Okay. Pat said, I'm so glad, Liam. Alex said, a small baking dish, not a tray like the one you put cookies on. Okay, so like a dish with some sides on it. Liam said, I half just got home with the lard. Lol, Hev, we're going to cook now. See you Monday, Hev. Love to each and all, and God bless us all. Definitely, Liam. And with that, I'm going to go too. I've got a lot to do today, and I have to babysit tomorrow, so I'll be back. Yeah, with a day off tomorrow, I'll be back the next day. And I'll be tuning into Wheezy tomorrow morning. Okay. Okay, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the... Well, it's an outro. It's an intermission, really. Okay, guys. Much love. I'll still be here, by the way.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, And for the first time in a long time, I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling, I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows. And we're all going live, still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago.